Hello and welcome back to another episode of Don't Do These When Playing as a Killer. And for today's video, we're gonna talk about the shape. And before watching this video, make sure you check the disclaimer in the description below. Also watch the video till the end because the last 2 points are the most important one and I don't want you to miss them. Alright then, with that said, let's jump straight into the video. Number 1. Avoid approaching survivors openly. Myers has 3 tier levels and his terror radius changes as you level up your evil within. So basically, he has 0 terror radius on tier 1, while on tier 2 his terror radius increases to 16 meters. And at tier 3, he will have a regular terror radius. So unless you reach tier 3, you can play stealthy and get extremely close to survivors before alarming them. You can take full advantage of his low terror radius by concealing yourself behind objects on the map and approach them from an angle they won't expect. Survivors won't even know you're coming their way until they come within 16 meters of range from you, which allows you to deny them extra distance, and sometimes you can even score an easy hit. Moving on to number 2. Don't activate tier 3 unnecessarily. Many people activate their tier 3 anytime and anywhere in any situation. The evil within 3 only lasts for 60 seconds and after that it will go back to tier 2. And then you need to stalk again to reach tier 3. That's why it is wise to only go into evil within 3 when you feel like you can make the most out of it. In my opinion, the best way to use evil within 3 is to first stalk the survivors and get your evil within 2 at 99%, and then wait until you get very close to the survivor you're chasing, or when they are cornered and have no way to get away. That's when you level up to tier 3 and use evil within to down the survivor in one hit. Number 3 on the list. Don't use tier 3 on injured survivors. For various reasons, people sometimes activate tier 3 while chasing an injured survivor. Since evil within 3 is an insta-down attack, activating it to down an injured survivor isn't a good idea. Some people may argue that after downing injured survivors, they go for healthy ones, but the more optimal option here would be to down the injured one with a basic attack and then either hook them or go for the healthy survivors. This way you can keep your tier 3 active for a longer duration and even manage to get 2 more downs if you get lucky. Number 4 and the most important point on the list, don't lose key moments for applying pressure. Myers is one of the killers who can apply a huge amount of pressure in just a few seconds. His evil within 3 can be used to not only apply pressure but also to clutch a losing match. Look for moments where all survivors are close by or try to chase survivors into a group and then activate your tier 3 to get multiple insta downs in a minute. Now I know it is not only difficult to pull off, but it also depends on the situation. At least don't make this common mistake of picking up the survivor as soon as you down them using your tier 3. Imagine this, you're chasing a survivor with evil within 2 at 99. You get close to them, activate your tier 3 and get an insta down. Now this is an optimal play, but then you decide to immediately hook them, and now this is where it becomes a bad play since you are applying pressure on only one survivor. Tier 3 lasts for 60 seconds, which means you have a minute to apply pressure and make the game-winning play. It's better to just slug the survivor after you down them and then look for others around you. Try to find at least one more and down them as well with your tier 3. And now you have pressure on 2 survivors, and if you get lucky, you might be able to get 1 more down. And if that happens, you have already clutched the game. Now you may argue like Blex, if I slug the first survivor and go for the second person, won't the third player go and heal the first guy? Yes, it is possible, but still, this way you're applying pressure on 3 survivors. Even if the third player comes to save the first guy, that means only 1 survivor is doing gens. That is why it is best to use your evil within 3 to apply pressure on as many survivors as you can. And the last but not the least, don't reach tier 3 right off the bat. Many players, even at higher skill levels, try to get to tier 3 as soon as possible in the game. Instead, I recommend you to level up to tier 2 and approach survivors in a stealthy way. Chase them as an F1 killer and down them without using your tier 3. Play like this for a few chases in beginning or until you lose at least one gen. The reason behind this is simple: pallets. You see, when you chase a survivor, 99% of the time they look for pallets to loop you. Try to get them to drop as many pallets as you can while you're chasing them in tier 2, because once you reach tier 3, survivors can use these pallets to avoid getting insta down, and can also make your tier 3 go to a complete waste. If you can manage to clear out at least one side of the map during your first few chases, then you won't have to worry about them gaining distance by dropping pallets when you chase them in tier 3. Also, if you combine this with the previous point I said about applying pressure, it becomes easier to apply pressure with tier 3 because of the lesser pallets on map. So basically, play easy in the beginning and force pallet drops, and as the game progresses, use Evil Within and start applying pressure. And that's it for today. I hope you learned a few things from the video, and if you did, then please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It will only help me grow. And also, if you have a few tips of your own, then feel free to let us know in the comments down below. And also, I think our annoying little friend here did not really like the gift we gave him in the last video. Well, that's okay. I've got something else for him this time. Let's see if he likes it.